Goedemiddag en welkom de middaguitzending op de 96.3. We doen de Surinamers overal. Met de complimenten van GoTo en TeleG. En vandaag praat ik met Sharifa Wip. Ze is van beroep Associate Dean of Students en Director of Black Student Empowerment. Ze woont in New York, US of A. Let's go. Hallo, goedemiddag.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Am I speaking to Sharifa?
Yes, this is Sharifa.
Hi Sharifa, how are you? Speaking to Cliff Witteman Dondochi at Radio SRS and our program Surinamers Overal. How are you doing? Hoe gaat het?
Oh, I'm so excited to be talking with you today. I'm elated. I'm elated.
Oh, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds very good. So how are you doing?
Excellent. The weather here is nice. I'm gearing up to visit Suriname next week. So I am eager for the week to end so I can be with you all next week.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're heading to Suriname over a week?
Yes, I'll be there next week. My sister is celebrating Biggie, so we'll be there next week and spend some time. I look forward to some roti and some horchata, some salsa soup, and some. I can't wait. I can already taste it.
Yeah. I can imagine. Cause how long is it that you visit Suriname?
I was there in 2016 with my mother and my sister and my aunt.
All right.
And then we were supposed to return in 2018, but my mother passed.
Oh.
So we did not return, and then COVID came, and then, life. So this is the perfect opportunity to return and reconnect and build and do all that. So I'm looking forward to a beautiful homecoming.
All right. So how often did you came to Suriname? Is this going to be your second time, your third?
Oh, no. I don't know how many times. I would have to think.
Okay.
I've been coming all my life, so I don't know. I don't know the number. I've never been asked the number. I don't know.
Okay. No problem.
So many times.
Okay.
It's not my first or second time, no.
All right. So how is the language, speaking of the language going? Do you speak some Dutch? Do you speak some Saranantongo?
Oh, very little. So when I was younger, of course, I spoke more. But as an adult, I don't live in an area with anybody else that is speaking Dutch. So the only time I hear it is when I'm watching, maybe I'll watch something on YouTube or, of course, when I'm with family.
All right.
But as an adult, I don't live with my family. I haven't lived with my family in with my parents in over 20 years. So I've lost quite a bit. I will say, unfortunately, I've lost quite a bit. But those are the reasons why I come back, so I can hear the language. And also, when you come back, you hear it, your ear begins to, I remember that. And you start picking up. I know more than I know, but who knows until you're having a conversation and you're forced to have to say something. So I wouldn't say I'm proficient, but I certainly can make sure that I'm taken care of.
All right. That's good enough. But the fact is, your parents are from Suriname.
Yes.
Both parents are from Suriname.
Both parents, yes.
My
parents were married and grew up married and then came to the U.S., I think in their late 20s.
In their late 20s. But did they ever had a conversation with you why they left Suriname?
Well, my mother, there was nothing wrong. So there was nothing that, they were running from. But my mother just was interested in seeing what another place was like. She was very much the visionary and explorer, and she has definitely instilled that in my sister Charity and I. Charity and I love to travel and explore, and so she wanted to see what they lived in Trinidad for a while and Canada, and then came to the U.S. So just to see a new place
Okay. Nice to hear that, of course. And you're living in New York. Did they move to New York right away after leaving Suriname, or did they? Nah, not Suriname. They went to Trinidad, Tobago, and Canada, of course.
Yes.
But when they went to States, where did they land at first? Where did they stay at first?
Alabama. So they lived in Alabama. My sister and I were born in Alabama, and then we moved to California. So we spent the majority of our childhood in Alabama. Even until we went to college. In California.
In California.
And then after California, we went to college and, never returned to live at home. So
Okay. So and like you growing up, how did your parents raise you? I mean, like, was it like a Surinamese upbringing, or was it a mix of an English and a Suriname one?
So I think that I got a mix of both, right? Because we certainly know all the food, right? My mother she cooked every day. So we know the food, right? We know the food. But we celebrated Christmas instead of St. Nicholas Day.
Okay.
But we know about St. Nicholas and Swarteviten, and we know all about it, but we didn't celebrate those things in the same way. But then, in America, the big birthday is 16, and we didn't do like a big sweet 16 party and all that. No,
Okay.
We certainly, I think the things that are with Suriname, you meet an elder and their tanta or and so we definitely grew up with that, even though we didn't have a lot of family around us. Certainly have a connection with our grandparents. We would, talk with them. They would come visit. So feel connected to my aunts and uncles and grandparents for sure. A little bit harder with my cousins, some of my cousins, because, I didn't grow up in Suriname, so I didn't get to see them every day and spend time and play games with them, but certainly have a strong connection, especially with the whip side.
All right.
With my cousin Jamil and Chevelle and Randall and all of them. So I feel way more connected to them, those cousins. And then I have cousins in Holland as well.
All right.
So I feel very connected to them as well.
Okay. Yeah, coming out of Surinamese parents, how is it growing up in America? I mean, like, is there a difference? Are people wondering where you're from? Do you get treated a certain way?
So when I was growing up, people would hear my parents' accent and immediately, oh, are they Jamaican? And you're like, no, not Jamaica.
Okay.
Not, So a lot of people, as I was growing up, did not know about Suriname. Now there's more, there are bloggers that are coming and doing stories about the Maroons, and there are people that are visiting more. So there is more attention being put on Suriname. So I have a license plate on my car. I have a thing on my car. I wear my shirts. I talk about Suriname as much as possible. So people are learning more, but they still don't know a lot. So it's very common for me to have to say, okay, let's open the map. Let me show you, where it is. Also here, I just moved to New York less than a year ago, and there was one student here from Suriname.
Okay.
So she and I were able to talk, Vanessa. She and I were able to spend some time together. And also when we went out to eat, people would ask her, where are you from? Yeah. And then she would have to tell them as well. So I'm proud to share. I'm very proud. While I was not born in Suriname, I still feel very connected to the land, to the people. And so as much as possible, I feel like it is part of my identity. And so I share as much as I can. I don't mind.
All right. So you are very proud to know that you're from Suriname.
Very proud. As a matter of fact, when I was in college, when I was young, Anthony Nesty and I were on the plane together, very young, right after he won the Olympics. We were on the plane together.
Wow.
And then when I was in college, he brought his swim team to swim at my school. So I made contact with him, and we were able to meet and talk. And I was very proud to tell him, we have something in common, and to keep up with him. And anytime there's a athlete or a scholar that is in, here studying, I try my best to be a good resource to them and share the good hospitality that Suriname affords people.
Yeah, especially the hospitality. You've been talking.
Especially.
Yeah, especially. I'm sorry. What you?
Yes.
Yeah, the hospitality and the food, of course. You were saying that your mom used to cook every day, and she was cooking all these Surinamese recipes. I mean, like, what did you gain out of that? Is it so that you also can cook some Suriname meals for yourself?
Oh my! I am so ashamed,
Oh.
but no, I cannot cook. As an adult now, I'm trying to. I try to make little things, right? But I've never been a good cook. Never. I have a cousin though, Fiza. Fiza has a blog where she makes Suriname food. She lives in Florida, and she is introducing people to the cuisine through her blog. But she's the one who got all the cooking, not my sister or I. We like it, but we can't cook it at all.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now, yeah, it happens. I mean, like the lifestyle in States, Europe, and other places is very different. So yeah, but yeah, it is something which actually every Surinamese girl, is learning from a young age. How to cook, and especially how to cook rice and the basic of actually cooking Surinamese food. It's not that difficult. I mean, you got time enough if you want to learn it. So
absolutely, I'm still young enough. So maybe what I'll do is come live for a couple years, so I can increase on my skills,
right.
Then I can be a true Surinamer.
Do you really want to do that? Is that in your planning?
Oh yes. So I looked after I leave my appointment here at Cornell University. My intention is to live overseas for a couple years. Life is short, and why not live good?
Yeah.
So if I'm in a position where I can, it is a goal of mine. It is an intention of mine.
Yeah.
To be connected with my family, to be connected with my roots. There's a lot to be so proud of.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I take offense to being called a Black American because I think that excludes the Suriname side of my life. But I recognize in many areas I am very much American, and so I'd like to be reconnected in my roots in an important way, right? So I read as much as I can. I watch the shows. I talk with people. I try to do as much as I can. But I think it's important to be like fully immersed in the culture because it's just people I love. Most important people in my life have come from this beautiful little country. And so I want to tell people as much as I can about it, but I want to experience as much as I can.
All right. Sounds good. I mean, like, you're very welcome, you're very, very welcome. I mean, like, I think like your family and the rest of your cousins and everybody would be very happy to see you for a longer time than just a vacation, So
yes,
feel welcome. And yeah, you live in the States. Growing up over there, you have some two Suriname parents. I mean, like, what kind of kid were you growing up? Were you stubborn? What was it like?
Very mischievous. I got in a lot of trouble.
For real?
I got in a lot of trouble growing up. I was very mischievous, very curious, probably very stubborn. But I also think I was like very creative, very active, eager to learn, eager to explore. But yeah.
Okay, so how did your parents handle that part? I mean, like, I know from Suriname parents that they could be very strict, like have these rules, like going out or having a boyfriend, you have to wait for a certain age, and so did these things apply to your upbringing?
I don't want to say that my parents were very strict, but there was definitely an expectation in our household that we would go to school, that we would go to church, and that we would uphold the family name in a positive way.
Okay.
And so my parents certainly modeled the behavior of kindness, of respect, of hard work, of cultural humility, all of that in us. But Uh, I think I was an average kid. I was always outside playing, which I think if I was in a different situation, I'd be inside shadowing my mother, learning how to cook. But she allowed me the space to go outside and play. When I was growing up, we had a swimming pool in our backyard. We had horses. We had all those things. So I was outside exploring all those things and not interested in being inside, but I love to eat. So I certainly appreciated the food, but I didn't care how I got it.
Okay. I mean, like, yeah, playing is a very important part of a kid's life growing up, you know.
Yes.
I mean, like,
yes.
there's where we get our experiences from in our interests, you know. But I mean, like, you growing up, what is it which you was very interested in? I mean, like, what is it you wanted to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be in entertainment. I wanted to be on television, and I wanted to be an attorney.
Okay.
So my first career, I used to work in television. I worked at the television station. I loved it.
Okay.
And then I transitioned to working at the university, and I love it. So I still have opportunities to do stuff with the television station. Now that I've moved away from Alabama, not as much, but I still have opportunities to connect with news media, and I love it. But I really enjoy the work at the university that I'm engaged in now, and I feel like I'm making a positive impact on people's lives through the work I'm doing now. And it is what I desired to do in television, and so I get to do it now just at the university level.
All right. And I mean, like, you're an associate dean of students and directors of Black student empowerment. I mean, like,
Yes.
What kind of movement or thing is that? Could you explain that, please?
So I like... So Black student empowerment is a new area for the university. I'm actually the inaugural dean, so there's nobody that has come before me. So I get to create this space for what we would call Black, and acknowledging that there are places in the world. In America, we definitely use the word Black for people who are African descended. We call them Black. But I recognize that there are places in the world where people do not use the term Black. But for the sake of simplicity I use it as an overarching term. So if anybody that is part of the diaspora, so anybody from Suriname, from Africa, from New York or whatever, can be serviced through my office. But what I do make sure that I do is I do intentional programming that acknowledges the individual countries and identities of these people. So even though I label them as Black, I still acknowledge that they are from Suriname.
Okay.
They may be from Ghana specifically, and so they'll see that I may use symbols from Ghana, Dinkra symbols, or I may use language that is common for Black Americans, so that they understand that the services that are being offered here are for you and things that you recognize. If that makes sense. So
all right.
I know that people are like, I'm not Black, and I'm like, I get it, I know, but for the way that U.S. identifies people, we say Black, and so I make sure that I serve all of those folks.
All right. So, what services does this association provides?
So I host workshops. I host programs. I also advocate for services and resources that students may need.
Okay.
So if there's any kind of deficit, maybe they need some career support, or they might need some mental health support, or money, or access to a mentor, or whatever. I serve as like a kind of a guide to make sure that those things happen.
All right.
And so even now, I'm really excited about a program that I am offering for our first year students. It is a rites of passage ceremony and welcoming them to the university. And so I have used a lot of Suriname influences in that program, and consulting with my cousins and with my family on what are some good words to use, what are some symbols and all those things. So really incorporating Suriname traditions into that, to make sure that students feel welcomed in a unique way that lets them know that I have thought about them, that I'm making sure that they are taken care of while they are spending 4 years here, and that they know that I'm a good resource for them.
All right.
But as much as possible, I try to incorporate Suriname into all that I do. So
Okay.
I try to be a good ambassador for the country.
Yeah, and I think it's working out for you. I think it's really working out. I mean, like, how did you gain this job? I mean, like, for you to start a program at a university that doesn't exist, and you is the one who creates this and make sure that it gets it's actually it gets where it needs to be. I mean, like, how did you end up getting this job?
I God, it was nothing but the Lord. I was working in Alabama and very much enjoying the work that I was engaged in, but then saw this opportunity. The job posting was shared with me, and I applied. And when I wasn't sure, I never really wanted to live in New York, but I said, this looks like a great opportunity for me to create something new.
Yeah.
And so when I visited, I did the first interview on Zoom, and it was a good conversation, and I was invited to come to campus for a second round of interviews. And when I saw the city and I talked to some of the students and the people that I would be working with, I was like, yeah, this is definitely a place where I think I could do some very good work. So I'm not going to say I was perfect or whatever, but I think God thought that the skills that I have would be best served here. And so far, I haven't been here a year yet, but I do think that I am making some great progress here, and I'm honored to be able to serve the students here.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, do you have some plans for Suriname? You planning to come visit, like on vacation, and maybe to stay for maybe a longer period of time. But do you have something, or maybe like a program, or maybe like a business which you would like to do in Suriname?
That's a good question. I'd like to do some research, but I struggle with the idea that Suriname belongs to Suriname, right? Suriname belongs to Surinamers, right? So if I learn something and I come and I share what I have learned, is there an opportunity for exploitation? I really struggle with research in that way, because I think people come, they take the knowledge, they take all this stuff, but they don't come back and give to the people who have taught them. So I struggle with this idea of doing research. What will I do with the information that I've gained, and how will it best serve the people who have shared it with me? As far as the business, I don't know. I think during this visit, I'll definitely spend time thinking about where I could live, and where I mean, perhaps I could work at the university and do similar work to what I'm doing now. But this move wouldn't happen for another like maybe 5 or 6 years. So I have time to develop a plan. And my cousin Shaveli Whip, she is a CEO. She has her own company, so maybe she'll come and hire me, and I can go and work with her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have such a talented family. I certainly don't think I'll be without home and food, but I want to be able to contribute in a great way. Would love to be an ambassador, a U.S. ambassador to Suriname. That would be perfect.
Okay.
I don't know how to make it happen, but that would be a dream, to be able to represent that way.
No, I must say, you are from a very well-known family, Whip, and also a very, how can I say it, very intelligent family, so you already said it. Your cousin has her own business over here. You have your other cousin is in basketball, and
Yes.
so I know there is lots of people in
My
Sweden.
uncle's the engineer, the other one, a musician,
you
and
see.
people in law enforcement. Yes.
You see, so
Attorney.
I think that there's a great platform for you to step in on and gain longevity from that part, So I would say come, enjoy yourself, and just watch around and feel the energy, and talk to your family, talk to people, and I think something must come out, because there are lots and lots of opportunities in Suriname for the Surinamese people also. I mean, like, your parents are from Suriname, you've been born in US of A, and you cannot help that, it happened the way it is. But for you to be so interested in your culture and where you come from, it speaks for itself. It's telling me that your interests and your roots are really calling you. So the only thing to do is take some time with it, and gain the right information and the right research, and check it out over time what you could do with that. I think you can do it. I know you can do it. So Just take your time. That's all
I
I can say.
appreciate your affirmation in that. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that.
Yes.
I'm glad to know I'll be welcomed with open arms. Thank you.
Yes, you will, because we is very proud of our Surinamese living abroad, especially
Yes.
if they are well behaved and they try to represent the Suriname culture, the Suriname people, the country in a very, very respectful and, of course, the best way possible. I mean, like, we is very proud of that, and that's why we do this program to like inspire others to, just like you said, a lot of people, they go overseas and they gain this knowledge on all this, and after that they don't go back or come back to their country, you know. But that is what diaspora is all about. Diaspora is about go, gain, come back, and do something with it from where you're from. So
Yeah.
it is possible, and you already live in states, so you know states already. Just come and get to know Suriname. So that's what it is, you know.
Yeah. Yes, yes. My sister and I, we do a lot of travel, right?
And which
we've
country?
been to
Which countries did you guys travel to already?
Oh my goodness, so many,
Oh, yeah.
so many. But for years we've been traveling together,
Okay.
and we always take this one Suriname flag with us. Two of them specifically. So
real?
we climb Mount Kilimanjaro, and at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, we displayed the flag. Right, we take
Wow.
Suriname everywhere. Our last trip was to Antarctica.
Antarctica.
And we did the polar plunge, and we brought this. So if you, I'll have to share the pictures with you, but we have pictures in Antarctica with Suriname flag as well. So we bring Suriname everywhere we go.
All right.
Everywhere we with us. You can follow us at Whip Around the World, and we're proud. We are doing our best to represent Suriname. We're doing our best to bring attention to this beautiful country. We're doing our best to be good resources and good ambassadors for Suriname. I can't say enough how much I would not have wanted my family to be from any other place in the world. I don't desire to be from any other place in the world. It makes me proud to see Suriname represented in other countries. When we were in Ghana and we were in the King's Palace and we saw the drums and we heard them talking about Suriname, it made us, we were beaming. We were so proud.
Wow.
So it's nice to know that we are, even though we were not born there, that we are very welcome. And we're, considered Surinamers, because we absolutely, as much as we can, love Suriname. We have the flag out. I have the flag right out here in front of my home. I make sure that they know.
Wow.
Who lives inside of here. So
yeah. All right. No.
We celebrate July 1.
So okay. Nice to hear that. Now, the only thing to do is not the only thing. One of the good things to do also is to be proud, because nobody else will be proud of us than we being proud of each other and ourselves and what we got, even though it might not be too much, but it is what it is. So we must be like very proud of what we are, so I love it. You are not planning. Actually, you are already. It's like you're ready to come to Suriname over a week.
My bags are already packed.
What are you planning to do? How long are you going to stay, and how do you plan to spend your time?
So the Chevelle and I have some plans together. This is also the celebration of Adventism. I think it's the 130th year of Adventism in Suriname. So we will participate in some of those celebrations, and also celebrating my sister's 50th birthday. But I just want to spend time. I want some schaafvlees, makusa. I want to buy some fabric. I certainly want to, boost the economy a little bit, do a little shopping. But really, if I don't do anything, I just want to spend time with my family. That's really what I want to do. I just want to sit and listen and practice my Dutch and just spend time with my family. I don't get the opportunity. I live in New York by myself, so I don't get the opportunity to hear And especially don't get the opportunity often to spend time with family. So I count the week that I will be there as an important time for me to really dig into the roots that I have.
Yeah. All right. Sounds beautiful, I must say. It sounds very, very planned, and it sounds really wanted, you know. I mean, like, just come and do what you need to do, enjoy your family. And for the rest, I must say I had a very great conversation with you. It was a pleasure talking to you. But before...
It was a pleasure. It's all mine. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. You're very welcome. But before we end this interview, I would like you to greet our Suriname people, your family in Suriname. But I would like you to do that in Suriname Tongo.
Ooh. Okay, well, I don't know much.
But I know you know some. And what you know might be quite enough, I think.
Okay, Fawaka, Famali Whip, Ilobijo. I don't know how to say I hope to see you soon, but I want you to know I hope that I always make you proud as I carry the name Whip and my mother's name Nalam. I hope we hope we always make you proud. We love you very much. We think of you often. We pray for you daily. And we know that Suriname is the most beautiful country and the most important people in the world. And so we are so proud to be connected to you all. So we will see you soon. You're in our hearts. So Lobi.
So Lobi. That's the good one. And what was I about to say? I forgot what I was going to ask. Before we leave, what is your favorite Surinamese song? Or favorite
song?
Yeah. Do you know one? Do you have one you're listening to, or maybe you get to know one from your parents?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I listen to on the Pandora stations. You know, I put the Biggie Poco in. I really like it, but I don't know the artist, unfortunately.
Okay, so you have an opportunity to learn Surinamese through radio, and the only thing you need to do is go to www.radiosrs.sr. You writing it down?
Oh, I have it. I will definitely be listening in. I will definitely be supporting, for sure.
www.radiosrs.sr. If you are home doing what you're doing, the only thing you need to do is put on your PC, go to this site, and listen to Suriname music. We have the latest news, we have the latest music, we have the baddest vibes, and we represent Suriname, a little bit of the Caribbean, but most of all, Suriname radio and Suriname music. So you're very welcome to join our family on Radio SRS. Graag gedaan. Nou, ik wens je voor de rest nog een hele fijne middag verder. Did you understand what I said?
A little bit.
All right.
You switched up always fast. Maybe after next week I'll catch on faster.
Okay. Now I've just said I wish you a very blessed and nice day, and hope to see you soon. Maybe if you're in Suriname, try to come by Radio SRS.
I would love to.
So we can see. So we can see who've been talking to. You know, maybe you could bring some chocolate. I don't know, whatever.
You would like? I'll bring you some chocolate. You would like some chocolate from the U.S.?
Yes, we would like some chocolate from you.
What kind of chocolate would you like? I'll bring it.
Because we share with a lot of people, you know, so bring the biggest one so we can share among each other.
You'll bring some Snoop for everybody. Okay, I can do that. I can manage that.
That's a deal. Now, I must say, voor de rest heb ik zoiets van Sharifa A. Whip. God bless you, and stay yourself.
To you.
You know, be blessed and stay blessed, and just be yourself, because God created you just the way you must be. So that's all I have to say. Best wishes, and we see you next week. All right?
Absolutely. Thank you. God bless Suriname.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.